here at LaxRatz. This is a week 6 LaxRatz LaxWrap. Chief there, Chopper here. We're going to start with the top 10 teams, but with an asterisk. We don't have 10 teams on the top this week, right?
No, I think right now we're going to give you the top 9, the 10 spot. What are we doing about the 10 spot?
Mira Costa, Redondo, Agoura. There's a lot of teams, 5 or 6 teams that could be number 10. Right now, none of them are number 10.
The cream will rise to the top right now. Top 9, Drew.
So we're going to go with top 9, starting with number 9. What do you got there?
Coming in on the 9 spot, we got Oak Park. If they could go 500 for the remainder of the season, they'll hold down the 8 or 9 spot. So far, they're on course to do that.
They've looked good against good teams, just not in that up elite group, but they look pretty good.
Yeah, there'd be a tough challenge, whoever draws them in playoffs for sure.
And then number 8, where you got Newbury Park?
Newbury Park coming in at number 8. They just went 9-2 over Redondo, holding down the fort defensively. You got Marinelli back there. They're kind of like Thousand Oaks, though. Not much to say about them, but we know that they're talented.
And then speaking of Thousand Oaks, they're our number 7 for this week.
Thousand Oaks at 7. They're doing what they have to win to make the W's. They're not really playing anybody that's worth worth them moving up right now. They have a ton of talent. If they can put it together, if they can play together, then they'll be tough to beat.
And so we'll talk about strength of schedule as we get to some of the other teams, whether or not that can make or break a team. But for now, that's where you've got them.
Harvard-Westlake not setting the world on fire, but not going stone cold either. This team could end up a higher seed in the playoffs. They have the talent. Are they going to put it together? Are they going to have everybody healthy? Is everyone going to be on the field?
Sounds good.
Yep, your boy Holthouse.
And the Roman Empire. And I found out this week they've got somebody besides Dixon who's scoring goals. In fact, he's going to be on our highlights later on. Tell me about number 6, Crespi.
Yep. Crespi's hitting their stride, I think, right now. They have the mojo. They had the mojo working against Loyola. It became like a hockey game. Fights broke out. Crespi loses one of its top players. Loyola just reloads on defense. I think the upper hand went to Loyola in that one. So Crespi at the 5 spot, looking good, hitting their stride.
So, interesting thing, Crespi and Loyola may end up playing each other 3 times this year. Everybody knows it's hard to beat a team 3 times. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's real tough to beat the team 3 times. I think that, we know that Loyola has the talent, but I think Crespi offensively, they can play with anybody. They can put up numbers. If their goalie can step up big in playoffs, like we said, beating a team 3 times, that's going to be tough.
I don't want to harp on it, but I do think that if you've played a tougher schedule, that may give you an edge in a game like that.
That's rightly so.
Now, last week we said there were 3 teams that were in that top group. This week, clearly there are 4 teams in that top group, with number 4 being Peninsula. So, I want to call out Peninsula a little bit right here. First of all, so Peninsula beats Palos Verdes in overtime 5-4. Before we talk about the strategy, I want to talk about the setup. I'm in the stands. I'm texting Haddad, who's in Costa Rica, and who chirps in on the text but Lane Jaffe, the chief, in the 3rd quarter from the sideline. What's cooler than cool? Ice cold. I mean, how can you be doing that?
You mentioned Morton's, you mentioned steak dinner. I love, I got to have my priorities here. A nice little juicy steak sounded about good in the 3rd quarter. I was confident. I was feeling good about what was happening. I was just trying to stay loose and keep everyone loose as well.
Our producer down in Costa Rica texted me and said, if this thing goes overtime, the game belongs to the Chief because you guys are so good in overtime. To recount that, overtime starts. Penn wins the face-off. The Chief is at midfield calling the timeout. What did you tell those kids at the timeout?
The less I told them, the more we would get out of it. I didn't want to overcoach the situation and put the ball in the best ball carrier's hands. Told them to make a play. The kids took care of business. I'm super proud of the Panthers.
So, I talked to the PV coaches. They were happy with the on-ball defense on that play. They were happy with the goalie play. Narrowed the angle to about this much. What's the name of your kid that scored the goal?
It was called Michelle.
He went top shelf left, and if you guys have forgotten, that's right where Grandma keeps the peanut butter.
I love peanut butter and Peninsula.
Big win for the Panthers. They are clearly in that top group with a win over Palos Verdes. This week we've got them coming in at number 4. That leaves number 3. We've got Loyola coming in at number 3.
Number 3, that loss to Luis and Miguel, do we keep that in account? Or are they number 3 because we just think 2 and 1 are better at this point? And that's what I'm going to go with. We'll see next Monday when Loyola takes on Palos Verdes. That'll give us a clearer image. But right now, 3.
We'll let that game speak for itself. No more chirping after that game. Right now, though, I think we're high on the midfield group from Loyola. Questionable defense when you compare them to the other top teams.
I'm not saying anything about their defense. I'm scared of them. They may come after me. But, the goals are scored against Loyola. Whether or not they can hold a team, that's going to be their MO.
On the other hand, our number 2 team, Palos Verdes, has gone 11 straight games holding teams in single digits. Despite the loss to Penn, only gave up 5 goals, 4 in regulation. They're happy with the way their defense is playing. They just got to get that offense moving.
Yeah, they got to get more guys involved. You know, they have their 2 or 3 guys that we mention every week, but they have 7 or 8 other guys who are almost as good. They need to get the touches. They need to start putting up points. And to be honest, I'd like to see them play with a little bit more passion, a little bit more fire.
Sounds good. And then that leaves number 1, Westlake. We're going to talk a little bit about the schedule, but before we do, Chief, the unis. They've got great home unis and great away unis.
When it comes down to it, it's all about looking good. That's why they're my choice to be ahead of Loyola, to be ahead of Palos Verdes. I clearly like the jerseys better.
So we aren't going to see them tested. It looks like if you look at their remaining schedule, they're sitting at home, sitting in league. We're not really going to test them until the playoffs come.
That's right. They've had no bus trips, no out of conference, not even out of their neighborhood. But they're playing with an arrogant amount of confidence. They're a complete team. Their front half is big and strong. See what they can do against Loyola's D.
Our panel includes our producer, Mark Haddad, who sits in Costa Rica. He never goes to the beach. He just cuts up video film. He likes the way this team looks on film.
Yep, they look great on film. They look great. They play great.
Well, maybe they can arrange to have their playoff game just done via film, computer imaging, and maybe they'd win it that way.
Yeah, I think you do it on PlayStation. You got Westlake by 4.
There you go. That's our top 10 teams of the week. If you've got a differing opinion, as always, text us, email us, let us know, and we'll certainly take it into account. Lane coming in at number 10, this Jewel.
That's Cam Redondo, so calm and collected.
Look how relaxed he is on this. Doink.
I like it.
And then coming in over at number 9. I love this. It used to be face off, get off. Now it's face off and take it right to the house.
Pinch and pop, throw it to the goal. Yahtzee. All right, I see.
And Jared Jones, right off the face-off, the swoop, the burst, and he is money. Like you said, he's one of their leading scorers this year.
That's right, a ton of points, high to low.
And this is a sweet slow-mo over them. Who do you say this is like?
It's like Gary Gate, old school legend.
And what a Gary Gate, what, Syracuse?
That's right.
Now here you got the yard sale and then right back on offense.
I like that. Right player, right spot.
He's going to pass, money, right? Goalie thinks he's going to pass.
Nah, Drexel.
Bingo. And our number 5 play. First the save. How fast can you get it out of your clear and down the field?
Eyes up.
Tic-tac-toe.
Oh, hits the point guy.
That's filthy. And number 4, at the barnyard here. Love your goalie in this sequence.
Kid made a ton of saves this day.
What are you feeding that guy?
Stones.
And one final one. Great day for the big goalie. Number 3, right off the face-off, Stanny. Watch this finish. Backhand. That's a box lacrosse move, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in tight. Little hops as well.
Now, game winner for Penn. Splits the double team, overpowers the defender. This was what you drew up, right?
Exactly how I drew it up.
Not much of an angle there, money. Had enough.
Overtime.
Love the celebration. Oh, it's overtime went over. And there, I can tell you, the people in the stands were all just incredulous. And our number 1 play. Look at this. Look at the torque.
That's got to be 19 yards.
Just a pea over the top shoulder.
Jonas Swigert, Syracuse bound.
Well, he can whip it. Look at the torque here.
Look at that stick there.
Looks like it's fiberglass.
Frozen rope.
No chance for that goalie. Sounded high, ref. And that is our top 10 plays of the week. As always, money, we got people chirping. There were a couple we left on the cutting room floor. If you want your play on the top 10, what do you got to do?
That's right. Make a play.
And send it in. That'll do it for our top 10 plays of the week. For the Chief, Lane Jaffe, this is the Chopper, Drew Rogers, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.